Welcome to this very important and timely one-day retreat for all our hardworking male team members of the Respiratory Hospital. This retreat would not have been possible without the kind support of our sponsors, the St. Lucia Electricity, and also known as Lucilec, and Tom T. Tents. I want to commend our male managers, Mr. Wendell Bernard, our Plant and Facilities Manager, Mr. Jonathan Emmanuel, our Medical Gas and Laundry Manager, Mr. Wendezi, our Procurement Officer, Mr. Dasheville, our Security Manager, who advocated for this retreat on behalf of their male colleagues. According to the managers, men are under tremendous pressure in society because they are the main breadwinners and caregivers in the family. The managers also lamented that men are seen as strong and proud. However, they have vulnerabilities and challenges just like their female counterparts. In the context of the male staff of the Respiratory Hospital, they indicated that the last 2 years have been very demanding on them as they try to balance their work and personal lives. It is in this regard that this one-day retreat was planned to provide an avenue for our hardworking men to discuss the obstacles and challenges they face and to deliberate on coping strategies on matters relating to men's health and wellness and the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on men's mental health. I also want to thank our Minister for Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, Honorable Moses Jabatis, for taking time off his busy schedule to address our male team members today. I know that our men appreciate your presence, Honorable Minister, and that they feel a sense of kinship and brotherhood. Today, we have all categories of men represented here today from our staff at the hospital. We are breaking down barriers of profession, age, and we are bringing them together in this common space to discuss the issues that they are faced on a daily basis. I do hope that the objectives of this retreat are met and that our men feel more confident, more empowered, and more valued. It is also my hope that you will serve as a source of moral support to other men and that you will advocate for men to continue to positively impact our society. With these few words, I welcome you to this one-day retreat. I thank you.
Let me thank Ms. Nancy Francis for all of her hard work, along with the rest of her team, Dr. Alicia Eugene Ford, the rest of the management team who have sacrificed, who continue to sacrifice, and also who made significant sacrifices during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. We are not yet out of the COVID-19 pandemic, and therefore we cannot say that we are going to rest and we are going to relax. While things are not as bad as they were a few months ago, I'm sure the medical doctors will tell you, you never know. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, next week, we can get up to find out that there's a new variant and havoc again, and you can't sleep again, and you have to stay at the hospital. I'm being told some of you 2 and 3 days without going to your homes, and therefore the government of St. Lucia wishes to recognize your sacrifice and wishes to thank you. When something is good, les bon, dis bon. This is a very good initiative, and I want to join you in congratulating yourselves and the management team for putting this on. Let's give yourselves a round of applause. In the few months since I became Minister for Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, I have spent quite a bit of time at our healthcare facilities. Some of that time was spent at the Respiratory Hospital, and I spend a lot of time at the health and wellness centers, the hospitals, and generally anywhere in St. Lucia where healthcare is spoken about or there are some activities relating to healthcare. I have discovered that in St. Lucia, we have so many dedicated professionals, individuals who really want to see things change and you really want to see a difference in healthcare. I've also met a number of frustrated individuals, clinical professionals, individuals who work at the hospitals and the healthcare centers and so on, and they explain to me the frustrations that we go through, that they go through, that you go through. I want to say to you very briefly that in my own reading and in discussions with professionals and so on in the healthcare system, I have found out that almost all of the answers have been there all along. You should see the number of studies I have in my library and on the internet about healthcare in St. Lucia from 2000, healthcare report, and there's a consultant whom they pay hundreds of thousands, thousands, endless consultants, and there are endless reports about cancer, about all kinds of things. What seemed to be missing, in my humble opinion, although I'm still fresh in this job, but what seemed to be missing to me is a consistency of effort and a consistency of purpose. One permanent secretary changes and another minister comes and so on, and then there's no constant consistency of purpose. And we all know that outcomes in healthcare require years of consistency. No one government or no one minister or no one permanent secretary or no one Miss Nancy Francis or whoever can come in 4 years or 3 years and change everything, and then you have the outcomes that you want. There must be consistency. There must be dedication to the goal of ensuring we have universal health care, and these actions must take place religiously. And I believe that is where our problem is. And so I want to say to you that we have had several discussions on universal health coverage, and as little as they may be, we are going to take concrete actions to move forward. You may hear about some of them in the budget. If not in the budget, you'll hear about them. But I want to encourage you and to say to you that all of your sacrifice is important. When I go around the country over the weekends and so on, and I see people like Dr. Christie and so many of the other doctors, the nurses, people give up their weekends, their whole weekends. I too had certain perceptions about doctors. Even I was a minister before and I've interacted with the healthcare sector. And sometimes when people tell you, man, some of these doctors feel they this and that and so on, I knew that wasn't true. There are doctors who are related to me. But then, as a minister for health, when you look at those health fairs and the doctors and the nurses and the healthcare workers, and you giving up your time during the weekends when you should be with your families and you're out there doing tests and helping out, this is truly amazing. And I really wish to congratulate you. I want to tell you that this exercise is important, important, parce que chaque homme en société a quoi nous c'est maître, nous c'est major, nous ni tout bagay, nous ni kouay avec nous ça fait ça nous vle avec résultat qu'a dit nous qui c'est nous qui peut-être plus malade de société. Regardez cancer, when you look at so many of the issues, sadly, when you look at crime, our young men, they are the ones who are the end of, having most of the guns and the knives and so on. So I really appreciate what you are doing this morning. And you are doing it not only for yourselves, but for your families. Because the experiences of a Dr. Christian, Dr. Gray, and the others who will speak to you will help all of us out. So it is for me to say thanks. I really wish I could be at this session. I really enjoy when I see so many men come to speak about themselves and medicine and health and so on. That it's truly amazing. I will tell the Prime Minister and express to him, I'm sure he will be very pleased, and he'll be happy to know that men are sitting together to have a session. It breaks my heart that I can't be here. I'm telling you seriously. But there are other responsibilities. I have to be in the Parliament. And so I thank you once again. Thank you very much. And I look forward to an exciting result. So thanks very much and have a great day. Thank you.